Let's learn about a couple more of the Gethra family. Cool. Nice. I've contemplated doing some gaming on my channel here. Just different ones that I enjoy and would be playing a lot anyway. Might as well be on stream when I do it. But I don't want to detract from, this being kind of the focus with Gethra. I think that that's kind of the main affair here, so yeah, definitely it is a type of gaming for sure. But I think my brother and I play a lot of Deep Rock Galactic, and we're fairly good at it too. I think so. That might be kind of a fun one, but I also don't want to alienate my audience. If people are coming here for this stuff, then I want to keep cultivating that. So we'll see. Maybe eventually, if people are interested or not, we'll see. Arrow. All right, we know about a few more of these siblings. Severe. Severe is one of the sisters of Renato and Laren, and a daughter of Gethra. Save that. We're going to copy that. We got another one of the sisters to put on there as well. And that is Gethra. Cool. Trying to make sure that as I read the Lives of Gethra chapters for my podcast, I'm trying to make sure that I keep up with adding the details from those stories onto the wiki as well. But it's a little bit more, just kind of checking the boxes a little bit compared to when we do the interactive content. But it'll be good because it'll flush out the wiki a lot with all the pages we need, and all the templates will be ready to go. What was I just thinking of? Lomaligo. Yes. Oh, this is not alphabetized at all. Dralgar. Oops. Crimson Highway. We'll keep it under T. High Arena. Alright, so we're going to do a page. Oh no, we already have a page for Lomaligo. We're just going to edit it. From that point onward, it seemed it was under the influence of the Garrow crime family. All right. Well, let's see. Chicken, did you want to do some more of Luthera's story? We'll just do a bit maybe, and then maybe I'll do some Globe for a little bit, and then wrap up with a couple chapters for the podcast. I don't know that I want to stream super long tonight, so I'll get in a little bit of variety and keep it fresh. But yeah, cool. Let's do it. Okay, so I think if we take a look, I think I should move some of this. Let's just take a look at it. I did set up, before you came on, I think, I set up some pages for Captain Sterling, and I set up some pages for the ship, the Ghost. So we can link those up. Oh, I think this would be the right spot to put that link first. Yeah, I think we might as well just keep the story here. I was curious if I should put more of it onto the page for the Ghost, kind of like the story of the ship. But things like the fact he confides in Luthera and some of the key crew members, that doesn't make as much sense on the ship's page as it does on Luthera's page. So we'll just keep it here. I can always duplicate some of this information on the Ghost page, so it makes sense. So last that we saw, Captain Sterling had confided that he is, in fact, an illegitimate heir to Patriarch Esterlorn, to the late Patriarch Esterlorn. Despite this, he has no wish to risk his life and livelihood in the current state of unrest. The ship departs Bogtown with a cargo hold of plunder. The Ghost sails for East Point, far across the Grey Sea, to put distance between Sterling and the danger of the new king, Caduceus. By the end of 736, they had sold a small fortune worth of loot. Cool. Okay, so I think we need to figure out what's next. We've got an open sea and some wealth that's come in. And they're here in East Point, which doesn't have a page yet, so let's add that in quick. At least get a placeholder ready for it. Like money, indeed. But does Luthera, or does she just like bloodshed? Or maybe Luthera has she's discovering the world and all the new things she can make bleed. Yes, I think maybe she's been off of the. Is there a marker for a road? No, that's too bad. All well, the Crimson Highway will stay off then. Anyway, do you think that as Luther has left the tribe, and now it's been a few years, do you think that she's starting to kind of adjust culturally to these other places, or is she still very much a tribesperson of Koros on a pirate ship? What do you think? Like, for example, coming into money, well, her tribe probably didn't use money, so she probably wouldn't care too much about it at first. But at some point, she would learn it's pretty nice to have money. So I'm just curious what you think of that. She's mainly adjusting to pirate life? Yeah, okay, cool. That makes sense. Rather than trying to hang on to her old ways when they didn't really serve her that well. Okay, so let's open up our roll tables here. Zoom in a bit again. I always put a little thing down below so that I can scroll more freely. What does Sterling intend to sell their loot? All right, let's see. We know that they did sell the loot, but we might as well figure out, is there anything big going on in East Point? Speaking of East Point, I think I should check this out as well. We know about... Food, drink, and combat mainly. Makes sense. The main needs of a berserker pirate. Alright, so I'm going to take a look here for a second and just remind myself if we have any dates for this other kind of kingdom. So this is the East Storm Company chapters. They're also up on the website, but it's easier to search them here. And we know about a kingdom. Yes. About 400 years ago. So that would have been around the year 1000. Basically, the East Storm Company storyline is a group of mercenaries, like a mercenary company, that are based in East Point. So there you have it. So let's set up a little page for them quick as well. Sorry, a little bit of extra page adding today, but it's a slower night. Might as well keep up with it. So this will be a organization. No, maybe. Kingdom, great. All right, Dralgar. The Kingdom of Dralgar ruled East Point and the eastern coast of Radrogar from. All right, so let's figure out what year they began their rule. So it's very tall still. So we know that they ruled until around 1000 or 1100. So let's put that in there. Well, they wouldn't start sooner than that. We'll give them at least 100 years minimum. And then they could have started ruling as early or before the Orish. Technically, they could have been around for a really long time. So let's see what it says. 665. So they're a newer kingdom when Luthera is there, because that's like within 100 years. Yeah. And then let's figure out which year they ended. 1052. All right, at least get a basic placeholder in there. Cool. So now we at least know kind of what state East Point is in. Right now, it's the capital of a small kingdom, as opposed to in the Lives of Gethra time period, it's like a city-state, right? So it's a little bit different. And it's also very divided between factions as opposed to a single power. Okay, so we know there's a new kingdom there. So is anything big going on in East Point? Could be unrest in the early kingdom of Dralgar. Could be discontent with the cult, because the cult would have gotten here by now. With Melium. Could be East Point is, or Dralgar, I guess. It's locking down. Yeah, Major Festival would be cool. I'll add that on in a sec. Dralgar is locking down its crime sector. Because if you think about it, if East Point for a while was a free city and, you know, pirates could have come here with impunity, more or less, and now it's a small kingdom and has only been that way for a generation or two. It could be that they're trying to, you know, consolidate, secure, and increase the measure of order. Major festival. Make this a little longer. Could be an illness. And what else could it be? I think these are some good options. We don't want to retread what is going on in other parts of the world at the exact same time. That would be fairly unlikely. So, all right, unrest in the early kingdom of Dralgar. Discontent with the cult of Melium could be a thing, especially if they're an earlier kingdom. Maybe they're like, we don't want this foreign influence yet. Dralgar is locking down its crime sector, not unlikely. Major festival, why not? Illness, let's leave that a little less likely. Roll our D8 with plague. Yeah. And we'll just put right there, COVID. I'm just kidding. All right. So we'll roll our D8 here. All right. 7. Locking down its crime sector. Oh no. Is the ghost affected? Some key crew are arrested. Could be contacts are harder to find, and it takes a long time to sell the loot from Bogtown. Could be Captain Sterling is arrested. Well, you need lots of water. Gotta stay hydrated. I have this problem all the time. Where are my liters of water? Their departure is complicated. Could be maybe like the guards are looking for a pat down or a pat down. Yeah, okay. Let's actually replace that one. We'll say they are forced to flee. Well, let's see. What else could there be? They have to accept some above board work. in order to operate here. Could be, suddenly they have a lot of different things to do. All right, let's roll with this one. I think we'll make this one more likely than the captain being arrested. We'll say captains or contacts are harder to find. Yep, that seems likely. The people they used to work with aren't around. They are forced to flee. Yeah. All right, let's roll that. 4. They are forced to flee. There you go. I guess we should. I mean, we didn't really randomize last time if they succeeded in selling their wealth, so we could. Oh, hey, welcome back, Corbo. Corbo created a character here too, right? Oh, he was the replacement. He was Thendro, the replacement for Bara Pitane as the cult kind of ended. Yeah, good stuff. Okay. Save that, head back here. Oh, we didn't actually publish East Point. Oh, it's blank. Oh, come on. Clicking the wrong things. How's it going for you tonight, Corbo? Okay, we're going to figure out here. Fair enough. Are they able to sell their loot in East Point before fleeing? Yes or no? Yeah, I hope so as well. Let's see. I think we better leave that 50-50. We don't really know what the situation is there yet, so we'll just give that a roll. Even or odd? Odd, yes, they are able to sell the loot. Good. So you do have the money that I said you did at the beginning. All right. And then we're going to figure out, well, where... yeah, are they forced to just leave the city, or is there a bounty out on them or something like that? I'm imagining there being a bounty, but let's see. Consequences of their departure. And this will say bounty. Just not able to return to East Point. Could be not enough supplies for next major port. So they're just kind of forced to leave quickly and haven't stocked up. Could be the ship is damaged in a skirmish upon their departure. Their fence in East Point was caught. Well, we know that they sold. Yeah, we could do that. As in, like, there's not really any reason to return next time because their fence was caught. Yeah. It's like we got our money. Now let's get out of here. All right, so we got bounty. Let's see. I think this one's likely. This one's fairly likely. Maybe they need to make a stop on the land. The ship is damaged in a skirmish upon their departure, or their fence is caught. We'll put that one as more likely as well. Lots of D8s tonight. Here we go. 6. They're just not able to return to East Point. So there's people in the city are on the lookout for or their ship has been blacklisted. All right, let's update that in here. We'll say, however, due to increasing security measures in the relatively new Kingdom of Dralgar, the Ghost was forced to depart after being identified as a pirate vessel. We've got... What did I just want to link? The Kingdom of Dralgar. There we go. All right, bit of a shorter update for Captain Sterling and the Ghost, but I think if Corbo's here, maybe we should figure out another little detail for what happens with Thendro. Like I said, kind of want to keep my stream a little shorter tonight, so we'll maybe figure out, Corbo, if you're still around, give me a wave, and we'll see what happens next to Thendro, the current leader of the cult of Melium. Sounds good. Now, are we doing most of that in his... Oh, yeah, no, we were doing that in the world event for the cult of Melium. Right, so last time we learned that Thendro, the new leader of the cult of Melium, continued in his predecessor's footsteps, focusing on enlightenment for his followers in Ith. Soon after his acceptance of this role, Thendro found himself at odds with another member of the cult. Oops, little typo there. The cult vying for leadership and trying to convince his comrades to turn on their new leader. Thendro set a trap that seemed like an accident to remove his competition, but it failed. After this, the divide continued to grow between Thendro and his adversary. Alright, so let's take a look at what is happening next for Thendro. We'll roll some dice. Move this over here. Alright, what is next for Thendro and the cult? Could be further divides. Could be the adversary makes a play for power. Kind of a retaliation, perhaps, against this. I mean, he didn't know that it was you, but let's see. Some of the rituals have been stolen, so these stolen rituals allow others to mimic their powers.